Mic check.
Okay, I'm doing my mic check for the last time. We have a live show in 2 minutes.
Coming up, a fire leaves a woman and young girl dead in central PA. Now investigators say they know what caused the tragedy.
Plus, keeping kids safe during this week's Halloween trick-or-treating.
I think our biggest safety concern is usually traffic.
And State College police are asking for help in identifying suspects in a local crime. The Center County Report starts now. Good afternoon, I'm Mitch Stewart.
And I'm Talia Torello. Thanks for joining us. Investigators say a fire that killed a woman and a 6-year-old girl in Clearfield County was caused by an overloaded electrical circuit. The fire happened at a home in Lawrence Township yesterday. The coroner has ruled the deaths of 52-year-old Mary Beth Erickson and the child accidental. 2 other people were reportedly taken to a Pittsburgh hospital. Authorities say no smoke detectors were found inside the home.
An update now on the death of a 17-year-old in State College. The coroner's office says the toxicology report is done, but the results won't be released for another 6 to 8 weeks. Police responded to a medical emergency on October 19th at a home on College Avenue. They found a teenager, John Schoenig, who was not a Penn State student. Efforts to save him failed, and they pronounced the teenager dead at the scene. The house was reportedly occupied by Chi Phi fraternity members. Penn State has suspended the fraternity while the investigation continues.
Police are asking for your help to identify suspects in a case of criminal vandalism. State College police released photos of an incident they say happened on Saturday, October 19th, around 6 p.m. They believe the man in this photo damaged the SCLO Library parking gate downtown. If you have any information, you're asked to call State College Police.
Pennsylvania lawmakers are introducing a so-called fetal heartbeat bill aimed at restricting abortions. The Republican Senate and House bills in Harrisburg would make it illegal for a woman to have an abortion after a fetal heartbeat is detected. 7 other states have similar laws. Right now, women in Pennsylvania can get an abortion during the first 24 weeks of pregnancy. Governor Tom Wolf has already promised to veto the bill if it's passed. More medical care is coming to rural communities in central Pennsylvania. Geisinger Commonwealth School of Medicine is expanding its residency program to Center County. The program places medical residents at family practices to treat patients. Residents will also include a rotation through more urban areas, including Geisinger's Scenery Park and Grays Woods facilities in State College starting in December.
Halloween is this week, and as kids prepare their costumes and candy bags for trick-or-treat, parents are making sure they know how to keep their kids safe. Erin Kemp has more on the story.
What's your favorite part of Halloween?
The candy.
Dressing up, ringing doorbells, and collecting treats comes to mind at Halloween time each year. But parents also worry about safety. Here at Juniper Village at Brookline Senior Living in State College, the staff hosted a safe trick-or-treat night for kids to collect candy without parents having to worry.
I think our biggest safety concern is usually traffic, cars. Most people drive safely, but then there's always that occasional car that's
scared to death.
going too quickly.
Stephen's concerns are valid. A State Farm insurance analysis found kids are 2 times more likely to die on Halloween than any other day. And the majority of those pedestrian deaths are caused by drivers who are under the influence of alcohol or drugs.
Try to get as much light reflective stuff on your kids as possible. Try to stick to roads that either have sidewalks or neighborhoods that have a lot of people traveling through.
State College police say they'll have extra patrols out on Halloween night.
Wow, we want everyone to go out and have a good time. We want everyone to do it safely.
Adam Salyard says typical Halloween problems here are more mischief, like throwing eggs at cars. And the weather can also have an effect on safety.
Overall, it's a great, safe community. We haven't had a lot of issues, but it's not to say that we couldn't have any of those.
For more safety tips, you can check State College PD's Twitter page. I'm Erin Kemp for the Center County Report.
Trick or Treat in the Center region will take place this Thursday from 6 to 8 p.m.
Speaking of staying safe, the State College Police have sent out a warning to residents about a new phone scam making the rounds in the area. They say scammers are using the police department's caller ID info and calling people asking for money to help a relative in police custody or involved in a crash. They say to ignore the calls and never give money. Police say many of the calls are coming from a 302 area code, but they could come from anywhere.
5 apartment complexes in downtown State College have been sold for a hefty price. According to statecollege.com, Alexander Court, Beaver Hill, Garner Court, and Cedarbrook were sold to Core State College Beaver for $94 million. The Chicago-based company also bought the Diplomat for $8 million. The company specializes in managing real estate in college markets.
Election Day is 1 week from today. It's an off year for voting, but the ballot, Pennsylvania has a victims' rights constitutional amendment question on Marsy's law that would solidify victims' rights in the state constitution. But there are legal challenges even if it passes. There are also a pair of vacancies on an appeals court. Plus, there are local and county races. Polls are open from 7 a.m. till 8 p.m. next Tuesday, but many voters are already looking ahead to next year when Pennsylvania will be a hotly contested state in the presidential election. And more than 200 seats will also be available in the legislature.
Fall is in full swing. Will it soon be time to unpack your winter clothes? We have the 7-day forecast with some big changes coming up.
Plus, we'll introduce you to some new neighbors taking up residence in a former fraternity house. Also coming up, a once-in-a-lifetime experience for local high school football fans as they get to watch their teams play on the big stage. Stay with us.
There's a shelter pet who wants to meet you. Meet one today. Visit theshelterpetproject.org. Adopt.
Get caught buzz driving, and you could do some hard time.
Craig, knock it off.
Sorry, Mom.
It could cost you around $10,000 in fines, legal fees, and increased insurance rates. And that could set you back a few years. Buzzed, busted, and broke. Because buzz driving is drunk driving.
I can't change, even if I tried, even if I wanted to.
There's one thing you can never have sex without.
It's consent.
Because sex without it isn't sex.
It's rape.
It's on us to stop sexual assault.
Learn how and take the pledge at itsonus.org.
They said I have troll teeth.
That my voice sounded like a possessed baby doll.
That no one would ever love someone as stupid as me.
That I was fat, ugly.
Disgusting.
The effect of bullying is potent. We will no longer be the silent majority.
Now, when you see online bullying, there's something you can do about it.
We're gonna take action with the I.
I am a witness. I am a witness. I am a witness.
I am a witness.
I am a witness, and so are you.
'Cause I'm gonna stand by you.
Two high school football teams traded in the usual Friday night lights for a Saturday noon game over the weekend, but they played on a much bigger stage. Reporter Bailey McBride has more on the Beaver Stadium Classic.
For most high school football players, they cherish the moments they get under the Friday night lights in front of their home team crowds. The story was a little different for the State High Little Lions and the Cumberland Valley Eagles on Saturday. They had a chance to run onto the field at Penn State's Beaver Stadium. Players, coaches, and their families enjoyed the moment.
It's great. It's amazing. It's a really neat atmosphere to be in. You like it? Yeah?
For many, this was a once-in-a-lifetime experience in front of nearly 6,000 fans, but both teams still had a football game to focus on. One of the State High coaches' wives told us her husband and the team stayed focused all week.
I think they've prepared pretty well, just like any other week, you know, especially since my husband's one of the coaches. He said we're doing the same thing. It's just the same size field, you know. So I just think they were a little nervous, maybe.
Although it wasn't Penn State football, 5,681 fans showed up in Beaver Stadium to support their teams in the Beaver Stadium Classic. Not only State High fans, but Cumberland Valley fans traveled over 2 hours to come to Happy Valley and support their team.
It's pretty cool. The fact that we have this opportunity to be able to come to Penn State's field and watch and sit in the stands and stuff is pretty awesome. So,
although it wasn't quite the whiteout with nearly 110,000 screaming fans, it still had a big game feel in the nation's second largest stadium. In University Park, I'm Bailey McBride for the Center County Report.
State High won Saturday's game, and we'll have more highlights coming up in sports.
The former Sigma Nu fraternity house at Penn State is now home to several dozen student golf caddies. The fraternity closed because of low membership. Now it's known as the J. Wood Platt Evans Scholarship House on Burroughs Road. The students living there all worked as caddies during their high school years and are now at Penn State on scholarships.
Our advisors fought really hard to get the freshmen to live here because the WGA and the Evans Scholars are all about everyone living in community. That's their big goal. That's how we got the house. We used to live in Eastview, not together, and we really didn't know many people.
The students run the house but get guidance from Penn State faculty, advisors, and WGA members.
Steve Rigner with your forecast. Thanks again for joining us. Overlooking Beaver Stadium right now. This has kind of been a story throughout the day today. Pretty overcast starting off the morning into the afternoon, and that's kind of what it's going to be like for the rest of the day as well. 55 degrees here in central Pennsylvania with a southwest wind at 8 miles per hour. You could see those beautiful fall leaves here in central Pennsylvania, and the fall foliage map, much of PA right now is at peak color. So if fall is your favorite season like mine, this is probably a pretty happy graphic for you. For parts of north central and northeastern Pennsylvania, you're past peak foliage, so much of your leaves have either died off or have fallen off the trees. Radar and satellite, nothing to talk about. We are dry across the mid-Atlantic and as well as the Northeast. Temperatures right now for eastern Pennsylvania, we're still hanging around in the 50s. Some areas already in the 60s, a little bit warmer off in western PA. Those southerly winds are bringing in some warmer temperatures, already 67 degrees in Pittsburgh. Now, the next couple of days will remain dry for the day today, but this is tomorrow on Wednesday, just around lunchtime. Parts of Erie, you may have some spotty showers, and then southwestern Pennsylvania, the Pittsburgh metro, the rain is going to start for you anywhere between 8 and 9 p.m., and it's going to move up into central Pennsylvania, may even be heavier at times, and this will be in the overnight hours on Thursday, starting off Halloween. And unfortunately, this is about how far this graphic goes out. This is during the morning hours, heading into the afternoon. We may still have some lingering showers for parts of Pennsylvania. And I'll have more details on Halloween coming up in the 7-day. 60 degrees today will be overcast. Winds will be out of the south. Tonight, we'll cool off to the 40s, about 49 degrees. Those clouds will remain and expect some patchy fog into tomorrow morning as well. It'll be slightly warmer, 62 for your Wednesday, overcast with those nighttime showers expected. Now, I mentioned that Halloween isn't looking too hot, so let me kind of give you the details right now. We have this cold front that's going to bring rain for most of the state on Thursday. So if you have those Halloween plans, if you're trick-or-treating or just celebrating the holiday in general, try to find a way to incorporate some rain gear into your costumes. It may be heavier at times in the afternoon. Won't be too cool though, 64 as our high. And then we'll have some showers linger into Friday. The good news is it clears up just in time for the weekend, though temperatures will be below average in the 40s. Some more good news on Saturday into Sunday, you set the clocks back. So you'll gain an extra hour of sleep this weekend. And I'm sure a lot of us can use that this time of year. So
absolutely, I completely agree. Hopefully it clears up for Halloween, but we'll see.
Yep.
Yeah,
expect the rain.
I know I'm looking forward to the candy. I don't know about you guys. I'm going to eat my weight in Kit Kats.
Yeah, I'm never growing out of the Halloween phase.
Absolutely
I will trick or treat till the day I die. I can't wait to have kids. I could steal all their Halloween candy.
I agree.
Now let's send it over to Will Desitel with sports.
Penn State football is still undefeated after its win at Michigan State. We'll take a look at the highlights and recap the Penn State hockey and soccer games from over the weekend. Also coming up, we'll show you how the State High Little Lions fared in the first ever Beaver Stadium Classic. Highlights of their game against Cumberland Valley are next.
Todd's a great guy. I mean, look at him. What a sweetheart. Attaboy. Wait, Todd, what are you doing? How totally selfish and un-Todd-like of you. Come on, Todd. Come on, man.
Hi, I'm Peter. And there's nothing I love more than sharing vegetables with my friends. Come on in! Help yourself to anything. That's why we give our food the utmost respect it deserves. Did you know there are simple steps we can all take to help save food? You can cook it, store it, even share it. Just don't waste it. Because when it comes to food, better ate than never. To learn more, visit SaveTheFood.com.
This year, patriotism shouldn't just be about pride of country. It should be about love. Remember that to love America is to love all Americans. Because love has no labels.
So, I'm kind of new here, but I've noticed a trend. My human does this funny thing where she goes around and gets all my toys, and then she hides them in that basket by the door. It's like, hello, that's where you put it last time. You were the worst at hide and go seek.
So you see, son, good manners are important. Should I go through it again?
Yes.
Yes, please.
Yes, please.
Exactly. Always say please, thank you, you're welcome, excuse me, sit up straight, hold doors open for ladies. If the door's locked, knock first, don't burp, don't swear, don't stare, don't use bad language, or talk with your mouth full, keep your elbows off the table.
What table?
Don't interrupt. Cover your mouth when you cough or sneeze. On the bus, give your seat up to anybody who has trouble standing. Bottom line, treat others the way you want to be treated. Got it?
Got it.
Good talk.
Most parenting is hard to do in just 2 minutes. But 2 minutes twice a day making sure they brush is easier, and it could help save them from a lifetime of tooth pain.
I'm Will Desitel with sports. We begin with high school football. State College starts its playoff run this Friday. That's after the Little Lions finish the regular season with a win at the Beaver Stadium Classic. Reporter Carolyn Sistren has the highlights.
State High's football team has played the entire football season on a temporary home field because of Memorial Field construction. So when the seniors found out they could have senior day at Beaver Stadium, it made up for all the changes they have gone through.
Once in a lifetime opportunity, and we made the most of it.
State High took on Cumberland Valley in the Beaver Stadium Classic on Saturday, winning 33-21. The Eagles took an early 2-touchdown lead on a 2-yard rushing score from Dante Rogan and a pick-6 from Rogan just 4 minutes later.
Obviously, the first half wasn't our best half of football, probably the worst we've had in a long time.
The Little Lions didn't go into the half empty-handed, making a late second quarter push. Quarterback Brady Dorner threw a 62-yard pass to Isaiah Edwards heading into halftime, only down a touchdown.
And after I made that throw, the crowd went crazy. It was just a huge momentum change. It really got us back into the game.
In the second half, the Little Lions came back roaring. They started with an 18-yard rushing touchdown from Drayson Green to tie the score at 14 apiece. With 5 minutes left in the third quarter, Dorner pitched the ball to Edwards, whose pass to Conrad Moore put them in scoring position. Green added a 4-yard rushing touchdown to take the lead. Dorner's 12-yard pass to Loki Howell made the score 26-14, but the Little Lions failed on a 2-point conversion. Just 2 minutes later, however, Green found the end zone for the third time with a 16-yard rushing touchdown. With 3 minutes left in the fourth quarter, the Eagles added another touchdown, but that was it.
We went at halftime. We're down 14-7. We cleaned some things up, just calmed the guys down, and said it's going to be a great story when we walk off this field with a win. We come out and play the best half of our season, and so I'm extremely excited for these guys.
In front of more than 5,600 fans, State High played on a stage as big as the season they have had so far. At Beaver Stadium, I'm Carolyn Sistrand for the Center County Report.
State High improved to 6-1 in conference and 9-1 overall. They're ranked 17th in the state, and next up is a Friday night game against Erie McDowell. Penn State football is on a bye week right now. They'll hit the road next weekend to take on undefeated 13th ranked Minnesota. That will be the first meeting between the two programs since 2013. Penn State improved to 8-0 after beating Michigan State 28-7 on Saturday. Pat Fryermuth celebrated his 21st birthday in a big way, catching 3 of the 4 touchdown passes thrown by quarterback Sean Clifford. He's now tied for Penn State's tight end career touchdown reception record, also held by Mike Gesicki. KJ Hamler added a touchdown with 5 catches for 57 yards. He was one of 8 Nittany Lions to record a catch in the game. The defense snatched 2 interceptions and recovered a fumble. Shaka Toney also blocked a field goal attempt, and Keaton Ellis recovered it for the Nittany Lions. 12th-ranked Penn State hockey opens the Big Ten schedule this week. The Nittany Lions wrapped up their non-conference season on Friday against Robert Morris, but it did not go as smoothly as many expected. Penn State hosted Robert Morris in a non-conference matchup for the 3rd consecutive season. The Nittany Lions outscored Robert Morris 14-6 in the 2 previous years, but on Friday night, the Colonials kept the game tied at 1-1 heading into the 3rd period.
The second was poor. We had 17 shots, but when you give up 5 odd-man rushes, that's not worth it. So we definitely have work to do.
Penn State freshman Connor McEachern scored 2 minutes into the second period to make it 1-0, but the Colonials answered with 4 minutes left to go in the second. As the Penn State crowd grew restless, senior captain Brandon Byro delivered the game-winning goal halfway through the 3rd period, putting him in some rare company. Brandon Byro's go-ahead goal in the 3rd period gave him 100 points for his career. He became the 5th Nittany Lion ever to achieve that feat.
I was definitely the beneficiary of a great play. I was just kind of standing there, so it was really good to see that what we worked on all week, what we harped all week, really paid off.
Penn State was the highest scoring team in the Big Ten last season, but even with 8 of their top 10 scorers returning this year, the Nittany Lions scored just 2 goals in their final 2 games of non-conference play.
We're searching a little bit. It's not flowing for us yet, and we have some work to do.
Godowski is pleased with the defensive improvement this year, but he wants to see his team sacrifice less offense. Penn State will host Wisconsin on Thursday and Friday for the start of conference play. Penn State men's soccer is back in action tonight at home after taking down Appalachian State 4-0 on Friday at Jeffrey Field. The Nittany Lions went into the half up 1-0 on a goal from freshman Liam Butts. He leads the Big Ten with 5 game-winning goals this season. Senior Aaron Malloy's rocket shot in the 34th minute was followed by redshirt freshman Josh DeBora's first career collegiate goal. Daniel Gonzalez later put Penn State up 4-0 with 2 minutes left. The Lions have their senior night game tonight at 6 against Maryland. That's all for sports. Now back to you guys at the anchor desk.
Thanks, Will. Coming up next, we'll take you to a special event that brought out superheroes and princesses, all for a good cause in State College. Stay with us.
taught him how to hit a baseball, how to hit a receiver, the strike zone, the net. You taught him how to hit the upper corner. You even taught him how to hit the open man. But how much time have you spent teaching him what not to hit?
Start a story. Adopt at theshelterpetproject.org.
There's one thing you can never have sex without,
It's not something you buy.
or something you take.
In fact, there's only one way to get it.
It has to be given to you freely.
It's consent.
Because sex without it isn't sex.
It's rape. Consent.
If you don't get it, you don't get it. It's on us to stop sexual assault.
Learn how and take the pledge at itsonus.org.
People from around Center County turned out over the weekend for an inspiring day of fun in State College. I went to Mount Nittany Middle School for the 11th Annual Center Region Down Syndrome Society Buddy Walk.
Full of life, enthusiasm, inspiring. Those are just a few words that came to mind at the Center Region Down Syndrome Society Buddy Walk on Saturday. The event kicked off with all participants walking a lap around Mount Nittany Middle School before heading inside to enjoy plenty of different activities. The Penn State men's basketball team, Disney princesses, and even members of the Avengers took time out of their busy schedules to take part in the walk and the fun that followed. Zach walked alongside members of his family, and he was excited to meet some of his favorite characters.
I like to meet all the princesses. Princesses of Snow White, princesses of Belle from Beauty and the Beast.
Captain America was drawn to the Buddy Walk by the community's commitment to teamwork.
I really like coming to the Buddy Walk. I think it's a great community event. And as the leader of the Avengers, I really like to emphasize the importance of teamwork. And I can't think of anywhere there's a better team than right here.
More than 500 people turned out for the popular annual event, and everyone who made the lap around the school received a medal at the finish line. All that walking can work up an appetite too, so after the walk ended, everyone enjoyed lunch in the cafeteria. Then it was time for more fun with an inflatable bounce house, cornhole, board games, a DJ, and other fun festivities in the gym.
There's been a lot of laughs and a whole lot of fun here at today's Buddy Walk Festival, but I think maybe the best part of this whole event is that all of the proceeds that are raised here today all are donated to the Center Region Down Syndrome Society.
An exciting day that also benefits a great cause. I can't think of anything better than that.
As of today, the fundraising campaign the society attached to the Buddy Walk has raised more than $31,000 in donations. So Talia, no football this week. We have a bye week for Penn State. So what are you going to do with your time this week?
So the fall leaves. I love the colors. I love being in nature. So hopefully I'll be able to go hiking this weekend. In the Shingletown Gap area, there's usually a lot of great hikes. What about you?
I think I might be getting into some Penn State hockey this weekend for sure, with football on the road. And of course, basketball tips off their season next Tuesday night as well. So a lot of stuff still going on campus, even with the Nittany Lions football team out of action this weekend.
Absolutely. Sounds exciting. Well, that's all for today's newscast. And you can find more of our stories on our website, centercountyreport.com.
And you can follow us anytime for breaking news on our Twitter feed. That's at Center County REP, or on our Facebook page. We also have a Center County Report Instagram. Join us for our next newscast on Friday. Have a good day.
Visit aarp.org/caregiving for information on how to provide even better care for the person who once took care of you.
I love my sister.
My heart doesn't see race. Love is love.
Pretty much a good day for me would be people leaving their hands off of me. I'm always called names. Everywhere that I go, there's always someone calling me names, calling me gay. I've been choked, thrown up against a wall, punched. Nobody's ever tried to help me.
Your daughter is having trouble learning French. Do you A, hire a tutor?
Bonjour.
B, enforce a French-only rule at home? Or C, watch some foreign films? When it comes to parenting, there are no perfect answers, but that's okay, because you don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Teens in foster care will love you just the same.
One quick redo and then we'll be